Alright, we're working on this 2000 Saturn S Series SL2, and we're going to be replacing the serpentine belt. Here is the belt that I picked up. Hopefully this is the correct one. So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, you'll note we got the hood up here. We got a jack over here as well. Now you could put it on ramps and probably work from underneath. I'm going to be going about this by removing this passenger wheel over here. We don't need many tools. I've got a 19mm for the lugs. This is a slim serpentine belt tool. However, you could use a 14. I've got a 14mm the attachment on it there. You could also use a 14mm. I've got a trim tool, but if you're going to use a regular 14, you'll want to double it up to get some extra leverage. We've got our rear wheel chalked here. Okay, we're going to start off removing these plastic, or actually loosening these plastic lugs that hold this center cap. Right, so there's that. Now we're going to go ahead and just break our 19s loose. Okay, just to show you where I'm lifting here, it's just this beam right here, part of the frame, and we just got a block of wood. We're going to get this lifted. Let's go ahead and place it in the jack stand under here. We may have to lift it a little more. Okay, next thing we got to remove this piece. It just kind of slips into this piece here. It slips in up here. Okay, so we got to pop out this little push pin first thing. There. And somewhere about right in here it clips in. Now coincidentally, this is a good access to get to your oil filter as well. Alright, so we're just going to yank on it, pull it down out of there. So you know what, actually my regular 14mm wrench is going to work out better for this because it has a little bit of a slant, whereas the serpentine tool is straight. Alright, so now we just got to go in that direction here, and you'll see that you get all kinds of slack. So then we just start yanking this thing loose, and of course you want to kind of pay attention to where everything goes here. Let me give you a quick view from up top. Of course you're going to see it on yours, but you see how it routes under there, and it comes around this side and then up and over, and that just goes around that tensioner there. So from the top, we pretty much just start popping this off. Pop that off. And just go underneath and just kind of pull it down. Alright, so let's take a look at it here. So this car's a 2000, but you know it's got 80,000 miles on it, but this is just old. Probably the original belt, the original numbers, because when I looked at the numbers I couldn't even find those numbers anymore. But you can see not looking too great. And you'll want to compare your belt, which I already did, and made sure it was the same length. That might have been just a smidge shorter, but that's to be expected with a new belt because that old one's all stretched. So we're just going to feed it up through here, work from the top, going underneath this mount, and it goes under that idler, go underneath there, smooth side against it. I'm going down around my alternator over here. I know you can't see me. I want to make sure each of these is in its groove. It's bad to want to pop out of there if it gets a chance. And I'm just going to continue to pull this down, and then I'll go underneath. And the main thing, make sure that I've got these on up here. They will try to pop back off on you, and you'll have to take the tension back up if it gets out of place. So now I think I've got it enough. I can go underneath here. Okay, so once we kind of got everything in place, loop it around everywhere else, I'm going to loop it around the tensioner last here. Alright, so I'm just going to go around and double check and make sure that everything is in the grooves where it's supposed to be. Okay, so good idea to crank this up and run it before you get everything put back together. It's a whole lot easier to fix something with this panel over here out, but it's not making any racket. And it's working great. Okay, really not much to it. We're just going to get this slip back in here. And it's pretty flexible. I may not even be doing it exactly the way I'm supposed to be doing it, but it's pretty flexible, so we can work with it. Alright, so then we'll feed, locate that one. Alright, that goes there. And we just got one more. Let's get our wheel back on here. I torque these to 100 foot-pounds. Just want to hand tighten these so you don't strip them. Alright, so you see how easy it is to replace the serpentine belt. Now, if you got ramps, you don't want to remove your wheel, and you want to try to just get it off of there without, you could do that. It may be, a little more difficult to get in there and see what you're doing, but you should be able to do it that way as well. It's just, to me, taking this wheel off is no big deal. So if you want to do it that way, fine. If you don't, if you want to put it on ramps, you could do it that way as well, but you can see it's not very difficult to replace this belt. So anyways, I hope you found the video helpful. Please don't forget to like, share, and comment if you want to. And as always, I invite you to subscribe. Thanks for watching.